Hey, welcome to the Nourished Recovery. This is a space where we nourish our bodies with healthy food, strengthen our soul with scripture, and walk the path of recovery with God's grace. I'm Carrie. Welcome to my kitchen, or should I say welcome to my outdoor kitchen today. I'm camping for the first time this season, and so I'm going to be cooking on the Blackstone today. We're going to be making a steak and potato and veggie bowl, and our base is going to be the potatoes, and I'm also going to be using some of my favorite champagne honey mustard today with our sauce, so I can't wait to get started. So the first thing I'm gonna do is go ahead and put some oil down on here and get the potatoes going, because they are going to take the longest to cook. And so those go on the Blackstone, and I just diced up some baby red potatoes, and we'll put a little bit of salt and pepper on here, and we'll let those cook for a while, and then we'll add our veggies. But what we're going to talk about today actually is trusting God. And so I want to talk to us about some scripture in Proverbs today as well. And we'll be talking about something that sounds really simple, right? That trusting God sounds really simple to do, but it's really hard. Trusting God and even others to walk alongside of us in our recovery process, it's a hard step to take, like releasing control, right? And so, me putting these potatoes on at the very beginning, what I'm going to do is actually cover them up. And I'm going to trust that they're going to cook, and we're going to trust others when we walk alongside. So I'm also going to put on some veggies on the side of my Blackstone griddle as well. And I've got some peppers, my little sweet peppers that I love with no seeds in them. And I've also got some onion on there. And so I'm throwing all of this on the Blackstone, and it's all going to come together. And that's a part of trust. And so I'm trusting that this bowl is going to come together out here in the uncertainty of the little Blackstone on the side of the camper, and putting everything together. All right, so get some salt and pepper on there as well on all these veggies. All right. And we're going to let that sit for a little bit. And while that's cooking, I want you to think about this. We often look at other people's recovery walk, especially when we're walking together alongside others, and think, oh, well, they're further ahead of me, or I'm not there yet. But that's okay, right? The potatoes are cooking at a different temperature and at a different pace than the veggies. The steak is going to come in at the last minute because we don't want that to be overcooked. So even though we're all moving along the path of recovery, we're not all moving at the same place. And honestly, that's how life feels. We've got areas where we're growing, areas where we feel stuck, and areas where we don't understand at all, right? And we want everything to come together all at once, but it doesn't work that way. And if we stay stuck in that mentality, we'll never move to the next step. We'll never progress in our healing journey. And that's the part most of us try to control, the timing and the outcome, how it turns out, how other people respond, how long it takes. I said we were going to talk about Proverbs 3, 5, and 6, and that's trust in the Lord with all your heart and lean not on your own understanding. That's the tension, right? We can trust God, but we still want to understand him and what his plan is, and we're still always asking questions like when God, how God, why God, right? We grip the outcomes of things because it feels safe, but it's actually exhausting. We try to manage relationships, we try to control timelines, we try to predict our healing, but that was never our role. We trust him, we seek help from others in our community, and we have told you where you find community Wednesday nights at 817 North Hamilton Road, and there's a Celebrate Recovery there. There's also a CR locator that you can find online to find one in your area if you're listening from somewhere else. But join me on Wednesday nights at One Church in Gahanna, 817 North Hamilton Road. All right, so let's get back to the veggies and see how everything's coming together and trust that it's working. Okay, so everything's coming together really well. I've got the potatoes and the veggies going and seasoned. They're cooking up nicely. And so what we're going to do next is create our sauce. So for our sauce, I said I was going to be using the champagne honey mustard, my favorite, right? So we've got our champagne honey mustard. I've got some butter. And I'm going to put a little pan down on my Blackstone, and it'll heat up. So we'll put a little bit of butter in here, just like a tablespoon of butter. And we'll let that melt. And then I'll add a little bit of this champagne honey mustard to it. This is going to be such a great sauce. I love this honey mustard. Just love it. All right, and we're going to add a whole bunch of Italian leaf parsley to this because we want it to be really herby. We're going to have a shot of lemon in here. And we'll see, we may need to add a little bit of water to this as well. We're going to put some fresh garlic in with that sauce as well. And right now, like I said, everything's working at a different pace. And everything's going to come together at the end. And I'm going to trust that it is. Now we're going to put our steak on. So we'll put a little bit more extra virgin olive oil on the Blackstone. And I've just got some of that ribeye that I used a few weeks ago. I had some of that left over. And so we're just going to quick grill that on here. This is going to be so good. That sauce is coming together so well. All right, we'll let that steak sit on one side for just a quick minute. All right, so this all comes together. And it's not because I forced it, right? It's because I'm staying with the process. I've got a lot of things going on, but this is a process that leads to cohesion. And cohesion in our healing comes from consistency. So it's when our choices and our actions begin to align day after day, step after step. Listen, trusting God and walking this journey with others doesn't mean it all turns out perfectly. It means we stop carrying it all on our own. It means that we find the support that we need, that we trust in God, that we seek a life that we want and we desire, not one that we stay stuck in all the time. This week I want us to think about just one question. And I want you to ask yourself, and I'm going to even look at my own life and think about, where am I gripping instead of trusting? What am I holding on to? Often I do this exercise with people when they have, I know they're holding on to something too tight. I say, hold on to your hands, make tight fists, hold on to it as tight as you possibly can. Grip them until you see your knuckles turning white, right? And you're holding all this frustration, you're holding all this anxiety. And now what we're going to do is open our hands and release. Release control. Stop holding on so tight. It's exhausting. It's going to wear you out, or you're going to want to isolate and stay stuck. And that's not going to help you along your healing journey. So I want you to just pick one area, just one, and then practice releasing the outcome daily, or asking someone to help you carry the weight. All right? I want us to put this bowl together and show you the finished product, but take care of your body, stay close to God, and keep moving forward in recovery. I'll see you next time at home in the real kitchen.